After 15 plus years, I finally got my first YouTube strike. Let's talk about it. Surprisingly enough, like I said, over 15 years of doing this content creation, I finally got a strike, and from the most random company, and it's one that I've reviewed over, and it's the spandex company for men. Now, I'm gonna put a link to that video after a week and a half's worth of delegating and deliberating between YouTube and the copyright strike, the content that was from what I got from Facebook. There was, for me, some just unnavigated direction that I've never been before, and it was a little degrading because after doing this for so long, the last thing that I'm here to do is to create content from somebody else's work. And I think majority of YouTubers aren't in the business to copy one other person's material and post it on Facebook, on YouTube. But I gotta give a little bit of credit to YouTube themselves for actually having my back. There is a process that you can go through, but when you think about it, the legality and what kind of things you could entail definitely seems debilitating. And for me, coming through, going through lawyers and some issues in that realm, it's definitely can be cost effective, and or having to go to court to do something and file, for fair use. And when I create content, I know within myself that I'm in that fair use game, as I've done my diligence and gone through the literacy, reading through what is fair use and what isn't. So the backstory goes, I was making a video just criticizing men's spandex, and there was a certain company, I'll put the link down below, that I just thought was horrendous and why men would go through that. And I still believe to this day that it's an astronomical way for somebody to hide belly fat. And I think it's just a fake nuance, and there's a company out there that's supporting it, and I don't, and I'm just going to double down on it because that's how I feel. And like I said, I got to give YouTube a little bit of respect here for having my back and going through the process of letting me get back that video. Hence, I know there's not going to be a lot of views on it. That's not the point. This is I call it like the debate on rights. When you get a little slice, you got like the whole pie, and once you get little slices taken away, before you know it, you have half of it left. And just little slivers can, take a lot of damage over the years. So it doesn't really matter about the views, which I don't think it has an astronomical amount, but it's the principle and the purpose behind it that for me just simplifies of what I can do in my First Amendment right. So in this rant, I just want to reiterate to you, if you come across this video and you've got a copyright strike, YouTube is behind you. That's not, their intent is not to demonetize you. That's not their prerogatory or their direction. But one thing that it irks me is that the society that we live in, and I'm just an old school conservative, libertarian, whatever you want to call it, but right now it's proven guilty until innocence. It's not innocence until proven guilty right now. And it just makes me so upset because companies can go out there and pretty much take down every one of your video if they want to, and then you got to go through the process to make, to prove that you're innocent. And that's one thing that I do hate about the YouTube algorithm. And what's happening is that there's really not a human face behind it. And there might be, but when it comes to this, it could be quicker. I know there's about 1 trillion videos going up each day, and they've got to figure out a way to do this in the most ethical, and a numerical amount of way, but it is what it is. But my main point across is that I want you guys to always have confidence in videos that you post. If it's due diligence towards the creation of something that you really wanted to make, that you've created from scratch, and it's something that you want to promote within your content, realm. And yes, I do focus on men's healthcare, facial game, anything in between, but sometimes I do like to rant on other subjects and topics, and yes, this being one of them. So long story short, this was just a great win, and I haven't been posting to be honest with you, a lot because of this. I've been really dwelling on this fact. I've been checking YouTube almost hourly to just wait for that win. And it finally came, and I'm happy it's here. But once again, now all my comments are gone. It's not the most biggest video that I've ever done, but once again, it's just the small piece of bigger pie. So thank you for letting me rant on this video. What we're gonna do is tomorrow I'm gonna record and then post on Thursday. We'll get back into it. I got a lot of fun topics for you guys as we get into the summer and into the holiday season, as we're coming around, because you guys know the years, the months, they catch up to us, and before you know it, we're already in Christmas time. So with that, always a pleasure talking with you guys. Don't be discouraged. If you guys get a strike, go through the process. I did it all, and it's a good learning experience. What can I say? Sometimes, having a little bit of debilitation can, scale you up for, better representation. I don't know if that makes sense. But with that being said, you guys, I love you. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the flip side. See ya.